Hello everyone, and welcome back to Evolving Vibes, the community for witches, pagans, spiritualists, and everybody in between. So, you saw my video up here that I posted last week, which was on empath, triggers, and self-care. And we talked about that, and I got a lot of good feedback from that. So what I wanted to do was put out another video for this week, which was going to be about the gifts of being an empath, what it means to be an empath, but more importantly, how we can utilize this as a gift and not as a curse, and how we can utilize us as being empaths as our power, as our superpower, if you will. So first and foremost, as we already know, empaths have incredible intuition. That really does help me a lot with being a psychic. It helps me a lot with just being out and about in public. But as an empath, being highly intuitive, you can see through the bullshit. You can see when someone's lying. Empaths are really human lie detectors. You can see subtle changes in body language, in tone, in voice. It's all about picking up on those vibes and being able to decipher them. So good intuition, dare I say super intuition, is definitely one of the strongest traits of being an empath and one of the biggest gifts that we have. Another huge gift that we have is creativity. Almost every empath that I know is highly creative. They create by fabric, they create by digital means such as this, they create by drawing and by art, they create by Legos. And so when we look at being an empath, what we're doing and how we're creative is we draw from everything around us and allowing ourselves to draw that energy, but utilizing it is what opens up our creative channel. And so being creative is definitely a big bonus of being an empath. Helpfulness, being helpful to others, is another huge bonus of being an empath. We're highly understanding. We are great listeners, and we tend to offer really sound, really strong, really good advice. Now, don't get upset when people don't take your advice. That's the human experience, right? We can offer it, people may not take it, but I promise you, every time you offer advice and someone doesn't take it, it turns out that you were right, they weren't, and going forward, they tend to follow your advice a little bit closer. But having strong listening skills, having that ability to be there to listen and to offer advice to others is definitely another superpower that empaths have. In conjunction with that is compassion, right? Being compassionate and being understanding is what an empath is all about. That's what we do. We can see and feel the distress in others, whether that be a human, whether that be an animal, and we can offer help and compassion to help them along their way and to move forward. And that's an absolute gift and not a curse. Awareness is another huge portion of being an empath. Being in tune to your environment is what empaths are, right? So with awareness, we know when something's going to go south and we need to get out of the situation. We know when there's just a lot of activity going on that we just don't want to be around and we want to get away from. And we also know when it's safe and when the energy is exactly where we need to be, and we can embrace that and enjoy ourselves. But being an empath, you're going to feel deeply, and being an empath, you're going to know intuitively when to stay and when to leave, and hopefully you follow your intuition, because that literally is what it's all about, and that's where the gift comes into play. Another strong gift that we have is healing energy. Empaths are natural healers. As I said, I became a paramedic, and I worked as a paramedic. I couldn't heal and save everyone, but certainly I was there for a lot of people, and mostly, and with every person I ever touched, I was there for them, could feel them, and could help them along in one way or another. And that's the healing energy of an empath. We have people that gravitate towards us because they can feel that and because they can see it in us. And our ability to understand someone else's pain goes a huge long way in helping them heal. Because once we just acknowledge what someone's going through, that goes a long way for them to begin to heal. And then having the ability to know the words to say for someone to help them feel better, to help them heal, goes an even longer way. And again, just touching another person or another creature, I should say, when they're not well, is offering healing energy. So again, healing energy is another strong, strong, strong empowerment of an empath. Along with healing energy comes feeling others' emotions. And we can walk into a room and feel people's emotions, can't we? We can actually touch someone and actually get a real strong vibe of what they've been going through and what they're going through right now. That being said, it's something that is a gift. It's something where by feeling someone's emotions, you actually can help them along. You can be compassionate. You know the words to say. Along with that, it's very helpful when you're dealing with salespeople because you can feel what they're saying. You can hear whether they're being truthful or whether they're being dishonest, and you can feel it as well. And then again, you can see it because of the tones in their body languages, right? So it certainly is helpful with a lot of different things in our life. So yes, it's a superpower. Experiencing feelings deeply is another gift of an empath. It's another tribute that helps us in this human experience. One, when we feel things so deeply, such as sadness, we actually can heal ourselves much quicker. And because we can feel things so deeply, we can help other people move forward as well. Now, obviously, when you feel things deeply as joy and exuberance, it's awesome. When you're feeling sadness deeply, again, we have to understand where it's coming from and how we're actually going to process it. So we can't look at it as a curse. We have to look at it as a blessing, because honestly, when you feel something so deeply, it allows you to heal much quicker and to move forward much quicker. And that's what it's all about. And again, when you're having that joyful feeling and that exuberance, it's awesome. So I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Meaningful relationships is another thing that's huge for an empath. And I'll tell you why. Because we keep our circles small and we tend to see through the bullshit. And so we don't tend to be around people that aren't going to be part of our vibe. Maybe they're lying to us, maybe they're cheating, who knows what it is. But the reality of it is we pick and we choose who surrounds ourselves in our small inner circle. And again, it can be lifelong relationships that develop in the snap of a finger, because that's exactly how empaths click. As an example, I got a couple of really close friends now that I've met through a group of psychics that started doing psychic fairs together. One of my closest friends, I call her and she calls me, our work spouses, she's my work wife and I'm a work husband, is Sarah. Sarah's a witch. She's an incredible psychic and she's an incredible empath. And literally, we met, we clicked instantly, and we've never looked back. Anytime we're together, it's nothing but fun. And that's the goal and that's the joy of being an empath. You can surround yourself by a small select group of people that are going to be giving you vibes and bringing your vibe up to a level you couldn't even imagine. And last but not least, one of the biggest gifts that we have as an empath is enjoying time alone. I hardly know any empath in this realm that ever says they're lonely. Almost every empath I know, actually, I can't even say almost, every empath I know doesn't have a problem with alone time. They don't feel lonely because we use this alone time. We use it to cleanse, we use it to recharge, but we also use it for ourselves. We use it for our creative aspects. We use it for things that just tickle our fancy at that moment, to delve deeper into it. So when we have alone time, it really isn't alone time, it's more like research time. So those are some of the things that, as an empath, you have as a superpower. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you feel and what you think, and let me know in the comments, as an empath, what you think your superpower might be. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think. Don't be shy about watching 1, 2, 6 videos after this one. Back-to-back video watching helps increase the channel push by YouTube, and it's going to help increase our community. So until the next video, please be sure, be safe, be well, and as always, be blessed.